Okay, not planning to be at this too long, but I wanted to make sure that I documented each week, and here's this week. Okay, it is September 11th, I think, and what have I done today? Not as much as I did on, like, Saturday, and anyway, recently, I did a whole bunch of work for homework. I had an assignment due Wednesday, which I turned in, and I had one due Thursday, which I finished, and I had one that was supposed to be due this Tuesday, but the professor just emailed us today, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't know which. Anyway, emailed us with the syllabus finally, and I found out homework is going to be 55% of my grade in there, and I was like, oh, frick, because now I'm not sure how many homework assignments he's going to give us, and anyway, I always hate it when homework counts for a lot, because it's something I somehow manage not to excel on, and it's really easy to cheat on too, so the other students are easily able to not necessarily do all of their own work, although the dishonesty is much more of a problem in the lower grades, but it doesn't ever really go away. But anyway, when there's a lot of homework, it tends to screw up the curve, because people tend to do better on it. Don't ask me why people do better when nobody's looking. But where am I going with this? Oh, I have no idea. I'm also coming down with a cold, which might not be obvious. I think it's a cold. I'm not feeling well today, which is part of why I haven't done much work today. I got that email and I said, oh, great. I don't have to worry so much about getting that done by Tuesday, because it's 9 problems. I've done like 4 or 5 of them, and they're not hard. Okay, some of them are hard, but they're very time-consuming, and you have to be very particular about making sure that you have all of your subscripts and superscripts and hats and pants and shirts on all of your variables. And the professor emailed us. He said he was giving us a week-long extension, which is part of why I wasn't more antsy about getting it done. But he also said he wants us to make sure that we use the notation he's been using in class. So I need to check with him about the notation which he's been using in class to make sure that I'm using the notation he's using in class. I was much more excited when he was all like, oh yeah, just turn in as best you can, whatever. I was like, yay, a little happy. But now, no. I've got to get everything right and do it his way. One of the problems with this field is that there's a really large number of different ways to notate things, and he wants us to use his way, which I can understand him wanting us to do, because of course his way is what he thinks is best, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't be using it. But yeah, I'm not feeling great about it. I think I'll get it done. I have a different assignment that's due Thursday that I should probably get on the ball with. And what am I doing? Oh yeah, that's in my combustion class. Combustion, I like that class. I might possibly do well with it. But I'm worried about this dynamics class since I found out homework was 55% of your grade. Because I never really do well with homework, and I was concerned that I thought I did the first homework assignment right, but the more I think about it, the more I'm worried that I screwed the whole thing up. Which would be terrible, because that would be me looking up 5 copies of the wrong thing. And that's terrible. Though, I would only have the wrong thing because the professor did a sorry job of explaining what it was. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, I'm not feeling well about this. Do I have a point? Oh yeah, lots of classes, lots of homework, lots of stuff to get done. Last week I was working really hard, and I think I ran myself a little ragged, and I need to pace myself so I'm at least not screwing around too much. I did actually did I do one? I think I've either done one or I've started one of the problems today. And right, there's only two that are really, really hard. And they both involve colors on things. Basically, it's the motion is restricted to a particular line, and that makes it much harder. Because you're not just calculating velocity and acceleration, you're calculating it when it's restricted to being in a particular direction, which screws up your formula. Yay! So basically all the stuff he gave us to work with normally, we don't have to work, it doesn't work for those particular problems. Did I mention that those problems are not written using his notation? Because they're not. They're written using some other kind of notation which he criticized as ambiguous, because it's not clear which frames of references things are being in, which frustrates me. Although he did say we would finally have a book, so I'll have a book reference for this thing. But that has been the center of my weekend. It's been on my mind a lot. I hope I do well enough this semester. I'm really worried about my grades. I've got to do fairly well, and anyway, I'm working on grades a lot. I guess I should go do some homework, at least so it's sort of kind of done. Yeah, I've done a handful of social things, but I've mostly been doing work recently. I hung out and played some board games on Friday, and that was it. Yeah, that was it.